Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're gonna shove this big block in my Nova here. I have done a video on this before, so y'all can go back and check that out if y'all want to know a little more detail about it. We are changing this 5.3 out for that 454. It's bored 40 over with bigger valves, bigger heads. It's all done up. It has a 350 turbo transmission built for a drag car and aluminum radiator. So yeah, we're gonna pull this LS out. We're gonna put that big block down in here. First step, makes it easier, take the hood off. Then I'm gonna take the carburetor off, the fuel line off, undo all the vacuum lines and wires, and drain the coolant, and we should be ready to undo motor mounts, bell housing bolts, torque converter, and pull her out. I'll bring y'all along for the journey. Stay tuned. All right, guys, first things first, y'all are gonna wanna unhook y'all's battery. I've already done mine. And don't be like me and run 2 black battery cables, because in case you forget. And now we're gonna start undoing all the wiring. I don't have very many clips on here. I have all my grounds in the back of the motor. And if you've ever messed with these harnesses before, they do have a plug back here on the back. Right here, and that runs your cam and crank position sensors. I'll undo this vacuum line, and we're actually gonna run all that back through the firewall to get it out of the engine bay. I just cut this grommet at the bottom to shove all this through, and I'm just gonna send her all back through there. When I get it all pulled out, I'll let y'all see it. All right, guys, and we are back. We got all the MSD wiring out of it. As you see, I got it all pulled back through the firewall. If you've ever thought about buying one of these MSD kits, they do come with the 24 reluctor wheel, which is right here, which is what I use, and also the 58 for like the Gen 4s. They work pretty good. I just had mine mounted up here under the dash on there. I'm not sure how I'm going to hide these holes that are going to be here, but I'll figure that out. I might have to weld them and sand it down a little bit, grind it down with a flat disc, something, make it look all normal. But now I'm gonna drain the antifreeze, lift the car up, pull these headers off, take the carburetor off, and get this wiring all over to that side, because I have redone it, so there's nothing not needed. There's 3 wires going down to the starter. But I'll be back when I get all that done. She's gonna look sweet. All right, guys, there's been quite a bit that's went on since last time I pulled the radiator out. I did not cut this, but I wish whoever had it didn't. But that's all right, because of course support is rusted out on this side, but that's where the battery sits. All right, we took the carburetor off. We're about to get under it, take the exhaust off and the starter. I still have the antifreeze draining, but I think all we got left is torque converter bolts, bell housing bolts, and motor mount bolts. And other than that, it should come out. There's nothing holding it in. I'm just gonna leave the manifolds on it, because this is going into a 95 OBS Chevy. It had the 4.3 in it before. It's LS swap now, but that motor's knocking. And all right, I'll talk to y'all when I'm under the car. All right, guys, so we are under the car now. This is how much slip yoke I have with the LS motor, and it actually moved it forward a little bit. So trans is probably going to be pushed back a little bit, but these are the bolts we're after. Let's see if I can get y'all in there. Those 2 there, and then there's also 2 on this side, same spot, and here's the starter. Torque converter bolts are around here. I am going to get those out, get all these bell housing bolts out, then I'll stick a jack under here to hold the transmission up, and we'll put a chain on the motor and try to pull it. I'll probably take this exhaust out of our way also. So All right, I'll be back. All right, guys, so we got all the bell housing bolts out, the starter out, all the wiring laid over to the side. I think she's ready to be pulled out. I put the chain on it. I just got to get the hoist, bring it over, and we'll lift her on out of here. All right, guys, and just like that, after those are done, you put your hoist on, just race straight up, and see what we got. If you have an LS in here, just make sure you take this little bushing here off, or spacer. All it does is make sure that torque converter seats into the back of the crank here, and that's very critical, because if you don't take this out, your big block's not going to go in right, or whatever small block you're putting in. All right, guys, so we got the LS unhooked, got my motor mounts off, got the old motor mounts off the old 454, got my new mounts on. They should slide right over these mounts and right on the transmission, and we should be ready to go. I don't have my headers yet, so that'll be in another episode. We'll get the headers on. We'll probably start it for the first time, but so far this is what we got. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back, guys. I got the small block in, got the bell housing bolts in, torque converter bolts in, and I don't have the headers yet, but as you can see, I got quite a bit of room on this side and quite a bit of room on this side too. Only thing that might hit is that very last tube right here on the header shaft, but that's not terrible. This will drop right down in the small block mounts. There's no problem there. I did not fight this thing one bit trying to get that transmission to line up. I'm just using the same radiator. It's aluminum. Should be a 3-core. I can't remember. I bought it about 3 years ago. But I got to get some plugs for the intake, PCV system, or I could just cap it or vent it like that. But, well, this is about all I can do tonight. I'm gonna just get this hood on here. If you're loading it by yourself, I mean, this is a good way to put it on, unless it falls, and it's not. But this is about the way. This ain't a very good hood, so I'm not worried if it drops. But yeah, here she is, and we should have it running in the next video. Thanks for watching.